good job for me, so that's the only thing, is just making sure that, there may come up conflicts from time to time. There's provision, obviously, in the bylaws if you have to miss a meeting. I mean, it's not like, we're not gonna send anybody out after you, but at the same time, just the request is that, if you're able to make a meeting, if you're not, please let me know, that kind of thing. Just some of the common courtesies, because as obvious as that might seem, just even in the recent past, we've had some issues with attendance and that kind of thing, so that's, just my request to you.
Were those attendance issues because of COVID? I mean, I know that at the beginning, a lot of
No,
people were
most of
just
this predates COVID. I
Okay.
think we may have one issue right now with COVID. That's understandable, I get that. We did not have a meeting in March because that's when everything first went down. We did have a meeting in May and we had to be in here. We will be in these chambers from now on because of the new rules and things. So, it's, we're social distanced, I mean, and that kind of thing. I mean, it's safe. But I do understand, look, I understand if, someone does not feel safe, and that's perfectly acceptable, and we'll accommodate for that. We have to have a quorum for a meeting, as I understand. We have 9 members when we're at a full board, so we have to have 5 or more members in order to have an official meeting. So that's just kind of where we are. So that's kind of an FYI. You all, I know, probably got some very basic stuff from the county about boards and commissions and serving on boards and commissions. We, at some point in the very near future, will have, there's some training I also have from the state library for board members, and so I will have that available for the new members as well, so you kind of understand your role and what's expected of you and what you're allowed to do and not, I won't say not allowed to do, but what's not a good idea, that kind of thing. But for the most part, your biggest obligation is just coming to our meetings, being prepared for the meeting, reading the stuff I send out, and that's what we ask, so. And I know you all will, because, we've got a good group, so.
Wonderful. And then any updates about COVID-19 and action you may need from us?
That's kind of become a standard, item on the agenda. Really, as I said earlier in my director's report, I think we've been very lucky. I think the staff has handled it well, been careful when they've been other places. A lot of us don't go other places right now, not only because it's just not a good idea, but also I really want to commend the staff too, because I think they've been very mindful of not bringing something to their coworkers. As I said, we've had 3 positive cases so far. We've had a number of tests just to make sure, but we've had 3 positive cases so far. And I'm happy to say that not happy because you never want to deal with it, but I'm glad to be able to say that in all those cases, it was not staff to staff transmission. They got it from a family member, they know where they got it, or they got it from a visitor, relative or something that came and visited. So, I just think, as far as the staff safety, they're very much mindful of that. They look out after each other. They don't go out and go to places they shouldn't go, and that kind of thing. And I think as far as adapting to the PPE and the rules and the masks and everything else, I have to give them all the credit. They have done a good job. And I think not only are they working hard to keep the public safe, but also, of course, keep themselves safe, both in their work time and even when they're off the clock as well. So, just want to again pass that along.
We now have a need to go to executive session for a discussion. Is there anything prior to
Okay, what we
going
need
to
to
executive
do in
session?
this case, we need a motion and a second to go into executive session for the purpose of discussing the attendance record of a board member and other matters relating thereto. So we'll need a motion and a second on that.
So moved.
Okay,
I'll second.
motion from Ms. Henderson, from Shelby. Is there a second?
A second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Give me just a second here.
Do we have this in the packet?
Yeah, okay, yeah, but you can have that one if you want it.
Okay, so we need,
A motion to reconvene from executive session.
I would make that motion, please.
Wonderful. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Wonderful. We are back in regular
just make a
session.
note that no action was taken in executive session.
Correct.
Get that on the record. And now if you wanna make a motion to,
Yes, we have a motion to send a letter to county council concerning the attendance of a board member and a new appointment. Do we have a motion to do so?
Motion.
Awesome. And a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And that is unanimous, I believe, Blair, so we will proceed with preparing a letter.
okay. All right.
Do we have anything additional before we adjourn for this evening?
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Wonderful.
I second.
Second, perfect. All in
Who
favor?
seconded?
Beverly.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Wonderful. We are adjourned. Thank y'all for coming and welcome to our board.
Thank you.
It's new.
Hey, I have to apologize. I have a